Well, unfortunately, a lot of my clients, and I know in the market in general, there is a lot of outplacement corporate restructuring going on. If you find yourself in the scenario that you are being advised that you're about to be made redundant, or if you can read the tea leaves that this is coming up on your horizon, you need to take a number of steps. Obviously, you've got to be thinking about how you get engaged in the corporate market, but let's just focus for a moment on what you need to do in order to exit successfully. A lot of companies these days will offer some form of an outplacement program or package or some sort of support, particularly for senior executives in the organisation who are being exited. I've got clients at the moment who have worked in certain companies for more than 10 plus years and are now finding that they're going to be made redundant. And of course, you need to really be very careful that your full entitlements are on the table. But, always keep in mind that there's always a little bit of room to negotiate, particularly with larger international companies, to ensure that you're getting the very best possible exit package. Now, I don't, advise this in every single scenario, but sometimes you do need to get employment legal advice. You don't just have to accept what's been put on the table to you. I know a lot of companies will go straight down the line initially by the law. And unfortunately, with Fair Work and the legislation, a lot of companies literally can exit people with 4 weeks' notice, which is not a lot when you're a senior executive and you've now got to try and recalibrate. There is always, however, in my experience, a little bit of room to move here. So that's why I often engage, top employment legal advice to see what we could do, particularly for executives who've worked in organisations for a long period of time and are now in a scenario. And they're basically good levers. They haven't done anything wrong. Companies decided to go in a different direction, and hence, they need to be, sort of compensated in some way, shape, or form, or at least helped as much as possible. And of course, remember, you may be coming out into the market now, which is a pretty flat executive market. I have executive clients who have been looking for employment for 9 plus months, nearly 12 months, out on the hustings looking for work. Now, a lot of people are not set up to carry themselves for 12 plus months. So, major issues here around corporate restructuring. So, certainly get the right advice. Certainly try and negotiate the very best possible outcome. And some of the things that I try and negotiate on behalf of my clients is as much notice as possible. Looking at obviously alternative positions within the company if that's a possibility. Being able to sort of still have access to resources for a period of time while you can be sort of quietly tapped on the shoulder, told you're going to be made redundant on this date in 6 months' time. Start to look, start to get out in the market. So it gives people a little bit of continuity so they can start to make their approaches to the headhunters and other employers in the market. Anything that enables you to really protect your brand in the market. So, references, being able to say you're still currently employed, being able to sort of be frank and open with people about what's going on so that it's not perceived in the market that you're being let go or fired or it's a performance issue. So, getting the real clarity around the message to market, really, really crucial. So there are a lot of issues, and of course, outplacement programs can be very, very helpful in these circumstances. So wherever possible, try and negotiate that you can have your choice of provider, not just what the company is putting on the table. I mean, that may be adequate, but it is always fabulous if you can, in fact, choose who you're going to partner with and is going to help you secure new employment. I obviously run our placement programs for clients and we put everything into it because we really know how serious it can be to be out of work, trying to get back into the market. And a lot of our placement services these days don't do the private business introductions, which are critical to securing your next role. So, certainly a challenging time for a lot of executives, and really important that you try and remain calm, positive, negotiate your very best set of circumstances. Now, every time a door closes, another door will open. And I think in this modern context of the gig economy, there are a number of ways that you would be able to keep your lights on, so to speak, and to secure at least a level of income while you're looking for your next big career move. And it might be an opportunity for you to totally recalibrate and retrain. I know a lot of clients who have been sort of given the notice, who have gone out and retrained in artificial intelligence, looking at different forms of digital marketing, gone and got a different degree or a qualification, gone back to university, gone and got their real estate license. A lot of people just recalibrating and going in a completely different direction. I even had a client the other day, senior executive, who pivoted to go down a trade pathway. Looked at a business that he could acquire and, was going down a completely different pathway to corporate life and going down more an entrepreneurial business pathway. So there's a lot of options. Good to get good advice, good to get your sort of your A team around you who are going to assist with the direction that you're heading in. Certainly a time of quite a lot of volatility, but a huge opportunity for people to get things right and obviously to reset the course going forward. But if you're in that situation, you're being made redundant, by all means, drop into my diary or pick up the phone, have a chat with me. Always willing to assist someone who is going through a difficult set of circumstances and give you the right advice.